This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for April 1st, 2022. It's the new moon. Before I even started this actual shuffling here, before I turned on the cameras, the top card ended up being inverted. All the other cards were face down, and I'd shuffled it several times. When something like that happens, I take notice, so I wrote it down on the little piece of paper right here. Power. It was the Four of Discs, the power card, which is an attempt to establish support. Whether or not it does, that remains to be seen. But the power card is somehow significant. It's the new moon as well. April, at the end of the month there, we have our solar eclipse. Solar eclipses, historically speaking, they coincide with market tops. I shouldn't say market tops. They coincide with market crashes. That doesn't happen every time, but generally speaking, the crashes, they happen within 5 days of a solar eclipse. So that's something to keep in mind. I already did the reading for August, and I already did the reading for April, and I got to tell you guys, it was not looking good. Like I said, this March, the overview showed a revisiting of a crest that was a past opportunity. And you can see in March, we traveled right back up. We're almost at the levels that we were at when we dropped in February. All right, we're almost back. We're revisiting that crest, and the end of the month is coming up. April does not look good, my friends. So beware. This is an opportunity here. And there you go. It just flew out. It just flew out of the deck. I shit you not. It just flew out of the deck. The power card. So there's definitely something going on the 1st of April, my friends. We'll come back. Stay tuned for that one. We'll come back and revisit when there's more impressions to follow that connected to this. And that's what it is, guys. That was a clairkinetic impression. It flew out of the deck. Clairkinetics. Everything has meaning. Everything, my friends. Nothing is by chance. All right, well, so we're going to say that's the theme for the day, the power card, right? Power card for April 1st, 2022. We attempt to establish support. It's a new moon. It's looking like a significant day because the power card keeps turning up. We have an opportunity. You have an inverted card. The 9:30 to 10 card is inverted. This is the interpretation of the S&P 500 one-day reading for April 1st, 2022. It's currently March 31st, 2:15 a.m. We start off the month of April with the new moon. It's very interesting what I see happening here when I look at a combination of all the year, the month, the yearly reading, the monthly reading, and the dailies. So we'll be this first week, the 1st through like the 8th, is where we test the upper range. But we're going to revisit, the theme is the Hermit card for the month, so we're going to revisit the lows that we had prior to this climb back out of the low. We'll revisit it one more time here. In any case, so for the first, it's a failed attempt to establish support. And we start off with an opportunity right around the open to open some short positions, protect against long positions. There's 3 pokes through a resistance level, followed by a drop from that third poke around the open or within the first half hour. We have a cross back and forth 3 times through the same price level in the first half hour between roughly 9:30 and 10 o'clock. first card's also associated with the preview card from the prior day's reading. Alright, so we've got news that comes out around 11 o'clock. Between 10 and 11-ish, there's selling down to and through a support level, but then back up, and we bounce up above it. Then we have between roughly 11, when that news comes out, it creates a drop. There's some spikes on the way down. Each spike is each consecutive spike is lower than the prior one on the way down, and they meet resistance at moving averages. Prudence card midday, so there's some tricky behavior going on midday here. I see a big push higher off of a support level, but I also see a notable low here. There's a big push out of a low, out of a prominent trough on the day chart. And then we have another reversal in between roughly 10 and 11, or excuse me, between roughly 1 and 2, we have a breakdown through a support level to meet a second support level, and then we break down further after bouncing along that price level. We break down even further. We meet a day's low. I believe that's probably the day's low there. And there's a trade opportunity between roughly 1 and 3 o'clock to cash in, looks like, in that low. A price level's highlighted. There's an important price level highlighted, acting as resistance between roughly 2 and 3 o'clock, and then between 3 and 4 we break down. I shouldn't say we break down, but we fall. We fall from that price level to meet a support level, and then we bounce along that support level. A push out of a decline, a surprising push higher out of a decline in towards the very end of the day. It looks like we have another prominent spike right at the close, and we hit resistance there again, but we don't. We're at the top of a range here, and I see in that last hour there's also a significant trade opportunity. I sense a 5% drop happening this week. The week of the. I just add the first onto the next week because it's the only day of the week in April. So between roughly the 1st and the 8th somewhere, I sense a 5% drop. Just a notable drop. All right, guys, that's April 1st, 2022. Hope it helps, guys. Please, if you haven't done so far, hit that subscribe button, guys. Really supports our ability to keep doing this. Love to hear, by the way, that you guys are, getting some good stuff out of this. So let me hear your stories, what you've been doing, how it's working out. Love to hear about it, guys. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.